I'm doing well, sir. How are you? Exactly. Oh, sure. No worries. Eric Wilson. I am a radio host for Fox Sports Radio, 1070 The Zone in Port Charlotte, Florida. My show is called The Sports Arena. I met Mr. Abraham at the NABJ dinner in Indianapolis, had a great conversation with him. And pretty much my realm of topics, if you will, is going to be everything regards to the NFL, also the NBA, sprinkle in a little bit of MLB, and also, the NFL Combine and those uncut gems, if you will, those sleeper draft picks that people need to start listening to or focusing on, as opposed to the big names that you typically see with the draft. I'm very blessed to still be working and still having the opportunity to do interviews, talking to people, and really staying dialed in and focused. This is my fourth year attending the combine. So every year, it's just another wave of talent that comes through. The opportunity to get to talk to these young men and actually some of the coaches just to see what their mindset is for the upcoming season. It's awesome. Hmm. Oh yeah. Every year, it's living in Florida. I don't see snow, so that's like my yearly trip to where I get to see snow. And I actually came in on Monday, and there wasn't any Monday or Tuesday. And then Wednesday morning, when I woke up and there was snow outside my hotel room, I was like, okay, all right, now I know that my mission is complete here. Because if I don't see snow when I'm in India, I'm like, okay, what's going on? It's February. Where's the snow? Wow, yeah, that's very interesting because the schedule is getting released tomorrow, and by all accounts, we're going to have an NFL season. I fully expect there to be an NFL season this year. Now, college, that's a whole nother story. I'm still waiting on them to officially say that college football is going to start, because if that doesn't start, there are a lot of young men who are going to be hurting come draft time, and who may have to wait a year before they actually get seen or be able to do the draft, or there might even be enough time for them to be properly vetted by some of these scouts and GMs. But as far as the NFL goes, there'll definitely be an NFL season. It's a $1 billion industry. There's no way that people are not going to find a way for us to have football. We have been in quarantine now for 2 months. Can you imagine if this pandemic lasts and businesses don't reopen? I mean, you talk about the economy being hit. The economy is being hit now. And to all the first responders and nurses and doctors and health practitioners and everybody out there who's fighting the fight, that is huge. We cannot begin to thank them enough. sports is something that we need right now. The fact that the NBA is trying to look at different places to at least be able to have somewhat of a playoff season, if you will. Baseball also looking at different spots, whether it be Florida or Arizona, where they could host, you know, games. The world needs sports. It's something where we can take our minds off of everything else that's going on in our life. And for those 2 to 3 hours, we can vicariously live through these athletes. So for us not to have an NFL season, it I shudder to think what's going to happen if we don't. Right. Yeah, it's a very bad sign. If we don't have that, it's going. I'm telling you right now, people, there will be riots. I'll be the first one to say that because you are promising this country so much. And like you said, they're piecemealing it. They're not being fully transparent about what is the current state of affairs and what is going on. Meanwhile, you've got athletes who are doing what they need to do to stay physically and conditionally ready so that when this actually does happen, they're good and ready to go. And I think even they, to some degree, are only being told half truths, if you will. So, but I know I was just going to say it's one of those things where, you know, I actually had a conversation with my wife on Sunday and I said to her, I said, I wonder how much of the world stops on Sunday nights between 9 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern time when the last dance is on, talking about, the story of the Chicago Bulls and their last, well, that second three-peat. I wonder how much of the world stops what they're doing, turns off their phones, and for 2 hours is just engrossed in television. If you were a marketer or an advertiser, but I mean, seriously, if you were a marketer or an advertiser, that would be the time to get your commercial or get your business out there because everybody is watching. Hey, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I look forward to it.